The president's address to Congress included a line designed to go viral in the right-wing misinformation machine. Even among the many lies and distortions in President Donald Trump's never-ending address to Congress on Tuesday evening, one claim stood out. The chief executive of the United States told the country that the so-called Department of Government Efficiency had uncovered an outrageous expenditure authorized by the previous administration, a whopping $8 million for making mice transgender. The number, like so many offered up by oligarch Elon Musk's government-gutting pet project, was essentially pulled out of thin air. Doge has been forced to delete many receipts of the supposed billions in wasteful spending it has identified because of absurd errors in its reporting. Last month, for instance, it touted the cancellation of an $8 billion contract that was, in fact, worth $8 million. As for the transgender mice, it's possible that the Trump regime's sweeping efforts to root out language associated with diversity, equity, and inclusion led them to health studies that involve transgenic mice, lab research mice that have been genetically altered to better model human disease response. They have been called a revolutionary research resource for medical advancements. In removing certain words from federal agency documents, the administration has repeatedly deleted documents unrelated to its culture war concerns, including a database that helps doctors determine whether to test pregnant women for HIV and sections of the IRS employee handbook that refer to inequity and inclusion as financial terms. A clumsy or automated search for any mention of trans material in medical records might easily have flagged transgenic studies. Yet the White House doubled down on Trump's line on Wednesday, sharing a government web page that declared, in a slightly more nuanced phrasing, "Yes, Biden spent millions on transgender animal experiments." As is typical of Doge, the page tallies up spending in a completely misleading way in order to arrive at an arbitrary number. One line item, for more than $3 million, was research examining how sex-specific inflammatory mechanisms controlled by hormones may contribute to asthma, and whether estrogens account for a higher prevalence of the chronic lung disease in women. A different hormone study, priced at $1.2 million, indeed used transgenic, not transgender, mice. About $2.5 million went to a fertility study. Another project looked at how gender hormones affect the gut microbiome of mice. Of the highlighted research that does address transgender health, there's a $300,000 analysis of breast cancer risk for female-to-male trans individuals taking testosterone. Again, the mice used for clinical purposes did not undergo gender transition.